How you spend your time directly contributes to how much money you make, your personal fulfillment, and really everything within your life, because our time is our only non-renewable resource, so we better pay attention to how we spend it. But what you first have to identify is what matters most. How do you want to spend your time is directly correlated to what matters most to you. So you have to create a vision, and the easiest way to create a vision is these 4 situations. So with these 4 situations is, if I were to give you $100 million today, what would you do with it? How would you spend it? How would you spend your time? If I told you that you had to do one thing you love, and I'll pay you $100,000 a year to do it, what would you do? If I told you that you had 3 years left to live, how do you spend your time? And if you were at your 100th birthday and people were talking about all your great accomplishments, what are some of the things you'd want to be hearing? Those 4 situations allow you to understand what does amazing look like. And once you can get the end goal in mind, then all this in between is how you spend your time to be able to get to what does amazing look like. And a direct look at how amazing looks like is your priorities and your values. What truly matters to you? And by identifying what truly matters to you, you want to ask yourself, what is making the most out of my life? Is it family? Is it fun? Is it experiences? Is it excellence? Is it personal growth? Looking at all those things and creating your priorities and values and what you want to accomplish within those priorities and values can then directly contribute to your 4 situations and what does amazing look like. So once you've identified those 2 things, priorities and values, and the 4 situations that you'd want to pursue and what those situations would look like for you, you want to ask yourself, what can you eliminate out of your time? Because it's easier to eliminate than to add. I could give you a time calendar, I could give you all these good things, productivity tools, but I think it's much easier to eliminate the things out of our life that do not contribute to our 4 situations or our priorities and values. So you can look at professional, relationships, resources, and health. Look at those 4 areas and what are things you can cut from those areas. If you have relationships that do not add to your 4 situations or add to your values, cut them. If you have poor health habits where you don't go to the gym and one of your values is excellence, I would argue that it is very important to be excellent in all those 4 areas. And if you want more details within those areas, you can take the balance wheel in the description below. But ask yourself, what can you get rid of and where are you wasting your time? Now that you've identified what matters most, it's really easy for you to understand, okay, since I know what this matters most, it's easy for me to create and understand boundaries to protect that time and energy on what matters most, what's most important to you. And the easiest way to do this is to identify at what days do you feel the best at the end of. And that is your ideal day. At least it's been my ideal day for me. When I look at my days, it's the days that I work all day, that I go to the gym, and then spend some time at the end of the day with loved ones that I feel my best. That is my ideal day, and that serves my happiness and how I want to spend my time and what matters most to me. So how can you live that day every day? And that is what I'm working on to create every day so I feel my best and I feel the most fulfilled. So looking at your ideal day, at the end of the day, when do you feel the best? And it's probably in line with what matters most to you, which you identified in number 1. And once you identify that, then you want to say no to everything else, which is probably distractions and limiting time on things that don't matter. And the way you can do this is create yes or no time. So for me, when I'm working, yes, I am working, no, I am not doing anything else. And it's simply a function of focus, and my definition of happiness is making the most out of my life. So making the most out of my life would be 100% present, 100% focus at the task at hand. So this yes or no time is really easy in my mind to be like, yep, I'm doing this, no, I'm not doing anything else. And then I limit times on things that don't matter to me. So whether that's going out and getting drinks or the random nights that I just don't care about doing activities, I limit time on those things, probably to about once per week, even less than that when I'm really busy, because they don't contribute to what matters most to me. And there are social repercussions for that, not social rules. Everybody says, well, I have the time to do it, so I have to do it, right? I don't believe that's the case. I believe there are social repercussions. You may not get asked to do those things, those friendships may end, but if you don't want to do them and you want to accomplish cool shit, it makes it a lot easier to not do those things. And one final thing you could do to protect your time and energy is use quiet time and rest. This is something I'm still learning. I'm the type of person that's very type A, that just wants to go, 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 continue to achieve, but I burned out as a result. So what I had to do is take deliberate quiet time to be able to understand how can I protect my time and energy and what matters most to me. So frequently, about 3 times per week, I'll just take time to actually just do absolutely nothing and just think and obviously run through things and let my subconscious work. And then also take deliberate time to recover. Something that I've struggled with as well, but I think of it as in terms of like lifting. When I'm lifting, I take 2 days off per week to let my body recover. It's the same thing for my mind. So what I do is I'll schedule out one day a week where I take an afternoon off or something like that, or once every 2 weeks-ish to just kind of recover a few hours of doing absolutely nothing. I find that super productive for me. Now that you've identified what matters most and you've started to look at boundaries to protect your time and energy, it's time to really build a routine that reflects that, and that's identifying that ideal day. For me, as I said, exercising, coaching sessions, building my business, and spending time with my loved ones, that is my ideal day. So I try to live that day every single day, and I'm continuing to work to be able to have that day every single day within my life. And so for you, identify your ideal day and then build that routine that reflects that. And the easiest way you can do this is track a week. I seriously encourage you to track a week because you'll be baffled at how much time that you have that you may be wasting on social media, wasting doing activities that you don't want to. So I track my working hours every week. I try to just push that number higher and higher because I'm in the season of building a business. So it makes sense to work as much as possible to pay down that ignorance debt, as well as I track where I'm wasting so I can gain more hours for myself. When I really track it, I look at, okay, I wasted 20 hours. There is 20 more hours that I could be resting. There is 20 more hours I could be working or doing things that truly matter to me. So that's how you align your time with what matters most. If you like this video, please comment what you like and I will make more of them. I look at every single comment and I respond, and it truly means the world to me when you guys comment what you liked about it.